Are Afghanistan and Pakistan heading for war? You see, what was once just tension and threats has now turned into something real. Fighting has broken out. Afghan forces have hit Pakistani army posts, and Pakistan has struck back with drones, artillery, and air raids. And here's the irony. Pakistan once helped the Taliban rise to power. They were allies, partners, almost brothers. So what went wrong? How did friendship turn to fury? And could this really end in a full-scale war? Let's break it down. The border. To understand recent crisis, you have to go back, way back to a line drawn on a map. In 1893, the British created the Durand Line, slicing through Pashtun tribal lands. It cut families, villages, and clans in half. When Pakistan was born in 1947, Afghanistan refused to accept that border. Why? Because it wanted all Pashtun territories under its control. Pakistan said no. And from that moment, relations were poisoned. You see, both countries are Muslim and share culture, language, and faith. But they're also divided by ethnicity, by territory, and by politics. At the heart of it all are the Pashtuns, a people bound by blood but split by that invisible line. They live on both sides. They cross it every day for trade, for family, for survival. And yet, it's this very border that fuels some of the region's deepest mistrust. Pakistan's gamble. Now fast forward to 1979. The Soviet Union invades Afghanistan. And suddenly, Pakistan becomes a key U.S. ally. Money, weapons, and fighters pour through Pakistan to fuel the Afghan resistance, the Mujahideen. When the Soviets finally left, Afghanistan collapsed into chaos. Civil war, warlords, anarchy. Out of that chaos rises a new movement, the Taliban, mostly Pashtun, deeply religious, trained in schools across Pakistan, and Islamabad sees an opportunity. A friendly, obedient government in Kabul. A regime that could secure Pakistan's borders and block Indian influence in the north. With Pakistan's backing, the Taliban takes Kabul in 1996. It seems like Islamabad's perfect strategic win. But then 9/11 happens and the US invades. The Taliban falls and Pakistan is forced to switch sides. Publicly, it backs Washington. Privately, it keeps ties with the Taliban alive. It's a dangerous balancing act and one that will come back to haunt it. The monster next door. Under US pressure, Pakistan begins targeting militants inside its own borders. Tribal regions are bombed, villages destroyed, and resentment grows among Pakistan's Pashtuns. Out of that anger comes a new group, Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, or the TTP. They share ideology with the Afghan Taliban, but they aim their guns at Pakistan itself. They want to topple the Pakistani state and impose their own rule. You see, Pakistan helped one Taliban movement rise and created another one that turned against it. Now think about that. As the TTP launched more attacks, Pakistan demanded that Afghanistan's Taliban help control them. But the Afghan Taliban said, "That's your problem, not ours." And so, the trust began to crumble. The turning point came in 2021, when the US withdrew from Afghanistan and the Taliban returned to power. Pakistan thought its moment had come. Finally, it would have a friendly government next door, one that would crush the TTP. Instead, the opposite happened. The TTP regrouped, rearmed, and grew bolder than ever. Attacks in Pakistan surged, and Kabul refused to act. To make matters worse, the Taliban began warming up to India, Pakistan's oldest rival, and that, for Islamabad, was the ultimate betrayal. The slide toward conflict. By early 2025, the relationship had completely broken down. Border skirmishes turned deadly. Each side accused the other of sheltering militants. Propaganda drone footage flooded social media. Then came October 2025, the spark that lit the fire. Pakistan reportedly carried out airstrikes deep inside Afghanistan, including on the outskirts of Kabul. Its goal? To kill the TTP's top leader, Noor Wali Masad. Pakistan claimed success. Kabul called it an invasion. 2 nights later, Taliban forces struck back, attacking Pakistani posts in Helmand. They captured a few posts. Pakistan countered with tanks and artillery. Dozens were killed on both sides. It was no longer shadow warfare. It was open battle. Meanwhile, the TTP unleashed more attacks inside Pakistan, killing troops and civilians alike. 2 fronts, 1 nightmare. And just when things couldn't get worse, Afghanistan's foreign minister visited India, signing a statement that mentioned Kashmir, directly opposing Pakistan's position. That move was like salt in an open wound. Things are on the edge between these two. So, are they really heading for war? Well, not quite, but they're dangerously close. Neither side actually wants a full-scale conflict. Pakistan is already stretched thin, battling militants at home and managing economic turmoil. Afghanistan is broke, isolated, and still rebuilding after decades of war. But here's the problem. Both are trapped by pride. Neither wants to back down first. That's why you see artillery duels, drone strikes, and tit-for-tat raids. A war in all but name. The world watches. Around the region, everyone's nervous. Saudi Arabia, now a defense partner with Pakistan, is urging restraint. Qatar is offering to mediate. And China, with massive projects running through Pakistan, is worried about the fallout. Maybe, just maybe, diplomacy can cool things down. A ceasefire. A border agreement. Some kind of face-saving deal. But even if that happens, the trust is gone. The TTP issue isn't solved. The border dispute remains. And the ghosts of the Durand Line still whisper across the mountains. Next, the deeper lesson. Let's get this straight, understanding how this came about. A country that once built the Taliban now fears the very movement it helped create. This is the danger of using insurgents as tools of foreign policy. They might serve you today, but tomorrow they can turn on you. Pakistan's long game in Afghanistan gave it influence, but also instability. Now, the student has outgrown the teacher, and both are paying the price. Getting to war is easy. If Pakistan keeps striking deeper into Afghan territory, the Taliban will likely respond with guerrilla warfare. A drawn-out conflict, bleeding both sides, crippling trade, destroying villages along the border. And the scariest part, it could pull others in. Iran, India, even Russia turning a border fight into a regional war. That's the nightmare scenario. Right now, what happened in October 2025 isn't just about missiles or militants. It's about mistrust. It's about identity. And it's about a border drawn over a century ago that still divides hearts and homes. They are trapped in a cycle. A fight born out of misguided strategy, sustained by mistrust, and fueled by the ghosts of history. So, are Afghanistan and Pakistan heading for war? Maybe not today, but they're walking a very thin line. And if both sides keep pushing, if the border keeps bleeding, then yes, that war may not be far away. You see, history in this region doesn't just repeat, it echoes. And if the past is anything to go by, peace here never lasts long. And in geopolitics, the moment you stop paying attention, the world changes again. Thanks so much for watching all the way through. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Drop a comment below and let me know what you think or what topics you'd like to see next. Also remember, sip and subscribe. The button is down there, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on new content. Stay awesome, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you in the next one.